Hey YouTube, and let me just start this video by saying, why does something have to happen every single week? Like, I always have something to talk about in all these videos. Every week I do something. I didn't know my life was just gonna be so dang eventful all the time. But yeah, the whole point of all these new events is basically my reactions and the ways I handle things based on everything that I learn. I think it's so awesome that, I guess, in my videos I don't have to put down just what I'm doing. Like, I can talk about my experiences and everything too, and the change inside of me that makes me do things differently than past me would do. Anyways, let's start by saying I hit 70 push-ups at once the other day. I think Tuesday, so the day before yesterday. Pretty proud of that. I also was like flexing in the mirror a bit because I've been doing a bunch of push-ups, and I realized the little flab under my arm right here is like going away. Yeah, I don't want to do it. I felt kind of shy and embarrassed to show my muscle, which is making me not want to do it. So I'll motherfucking do it, whether I'm strong or not. So check this shit out. Look at that. Like, this used to be a bunch of flab, but now I can like barely grab it. So like my triceps come in. My arm's getting a little bigger, like, and I'm only in competition with myself, so I'm not worried about everybody else being better when it comes to that. But I'm proud of my own progress. I feel good. I like the way exercising makes me feel too. Everyone that does it already knows the good benefits. But yeah, so I hit 70 push-ups. I am doing 300 a day. Still taking cold showers. Those are the best ever. And so what happened differently this week is a couple big things. I got pulled over last Friday while I was driving my truck for speeding. I was going over the truck speed limit for California, and when the officer took my license, he told me it was still suspended. And I had talked about this about 3 weeks ago in my video, or probably a whole month ago, probably 3, that I had gotten that taken care of, and I thought I did, and I felt secure, happy in my driving responsibilities, and that it wouldn't be an issue anymore. But he told me my life was suspended. He confiscated my license, took it away, and the truck was impounded. And it also messed with other people's schedules for what they had to do, because they had to rush to where I was to be able to get the truck out. And so this just affected everybody involved. It costed the company I work for $870. For a company, maybe that's not too bad, but for a normal person, it is pretty dang bad. But I still feel kind of shameful or guilty that it's partly my fault. I know that I can't blame others for the things that happened to me in my life. I do feel like child support was kind of, what's the word, just didn't really care enough to put in the effort to make it what they actually said it would be for me. But yeah, so all that happened. The truck was impounded. I had called child support. They weren't open on Friday. I called the DMV, and the call volume was too much to have me wait for them to talk to somebody, so I just had to deal with it on Friday. That brought me to a point of, I guess, just literally acceptance of what's going on. I tried not to stress so much over it because it was basically out of my control in the moment and there was nothing that I could do. I did feel really bad, shameful, and guilty towards the company because of what they had to do to get out of what I feel I caused. The way that I have to have my own accountability in this is pretty much I just have to keep up with it. I have to call them myself, call child support myself, ask if everything's okay, or just get the DMV printout to see if my license is valid. Something I feel I shouldn't have to do. And it sucks feeling like I do have to do it now so that this stuff doesn't happen in the future. Maybe it doesn't have to be monthly. Maybe I could make it every 3 months, but something needs to be changed so this doesn't happen again, and that's all on me. It's not on anybody else. So that was, I guess, one of the biggest things that happened. I didn't work Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, which sucks because I had to go through DMV, go through child support to figure out everything why my license wasn't valid. On Monday, I called child support. Oh my god. I didn't back up into the door. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, I just had like a brain fart, I guess. I'll say what's going on here in a little bit. But, yeah, so I called child support. They told me that they had submitted an expedited release for my license on June 5th. Today is June 29th. I got pulled over last Friday, so that makes it like the 22nd, I believe, is 6 days ago. Maybe I'm not good at math, maybe it's 23rd, whatever. But yeah, I called them. They said that they sent the expedited release already. So I went to the DMV and I asked them what was going on. They said they never received the expedited release. So I had to call child support again and let them know it happened. And this time, instead of just going by the word, I asked them to follow up with the DMV to make sure they got it, and then follow back with me so that I know everything is done properly and correctly. Like I have to dot my own I's and T's with communication. But yeah, on Tuesday they told me, like, they didn't get back to me on Monday. On Tuesday they sent me a text saying that my license was valid from Monday 5 p.m. So Tuesday I had to go and get all the paperwork and what I needed to show my job that I was good to drive again. And then yesterday, I took it to my job site to give to them so I could start working again. Today's Thursday, I'm working again. Hooray, I got a lot of things done that I wouldn't have done in the past because I would have just shut down and stopped and gave up or whatever, but I'm different, I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm doing better, so it's a good thing. Now I'm at a setback because I didn't work 3 days out of this week, so my next check is probably going to be pretty small, pretty tiny. That's what she said, and I'm gonna have to deal with it from there. Like, I have bills to pay every single week. They're a lot. I don't have much money afterwards, so just gonna see what goes on after this, I guess. Also, the company I moved, or the company that I work for, they were a 5-minute drive from my house, but now they relocated this weekend to a 40-minute drive from my house, and it's further from the freeway, so now I have to get up 2 hours earlier than I used to, and there's just so much to it. Like, I feel a little bit stressed about this. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot less money for gas and it's going to be a struggle. And also, I know that I need to communicate, because the law for truckers is 10 hours off, but if I want to get at least 7 hours of sleep at night, and then my commute to work and back alone is like an hour and a half or a little more than that, like that's gonna have a big toll on my sleep patterns and all that. I'm gonna have to communicate, because I have to get up a whole 2 hours earlier than usual, and on top of that, the yard is a lot further from the main freeway to get up and down California where I work, which adds another 30 minutes on top of when I have to be at work. So it's like a whole 3 hour difference. Like if they only give me 10 hours off and I spend an hour and a half of that driving to and from work, or probably 2 hours driving to and from work, that's only going to give me an hour of literally anything I want to do when I get home, and then if I want to be healthy and have a good sleep pattern, 7 hours of sleep, I only have an hour. So that's really stressing me out. I feel like I am going to need to communicate all this after a little bit of time, and like either tell them I need 12 hours off, I can't do 10 hours off because I have a life, I'm a human being, or I'm just going to need to suck it up and figure out somewhere else to work, which sucks. It sucks for me. I guess I'm venting a lot right now in this video, because I need to. And camera, you are my only friend right now, so yeah, at least I'm now I'm talking about my issues and problems, understanding how to find solutions for them also, rather than just blaming the outside world for the things that I'm going through. So that's okay. If I do end up needing to find a new job, that's just going to be grounds for me to be better at finding jobs when I need to. It just sucks that I possibly will have to. But also, on a more positive note from all these things, I had a friend from my past just basically reconnected with me. He was hanging out with a group of friends that I wanted to be involved with, but with them I always felt like under pressure to be good at certain things. It was mainly video games, to feel like I was a part of the group, because how they kind of were. And this friend, he was basically the only one that felt kind of real, and like he was my actual friend rather than just my friend because we like the same games or whatever, or we're both good at them or whatever. He reconnected with me. I think that's amazing because I got rid of all my social media. The number that he had is what my mom has now from way back in the day. He called her and got my number from her. And he's basically going through similar things that I was going through before I started my growth, just like codependency. He's worried about this woman that he likes, and he wants everything to work out. And I'm basically talking to him about these things, and like it feels like he's going through a similar experience that I was going through. So where I currently stand right now, I feel like it's just like so amazing how he just randomly called my mom to ask for my number, and she gave him my number to get a hold of me. I don't answer my numbers to random numbers, but that time I was expecting a call from child support to tell me the stuff about my license, so I answered his phone call, which is pretty amazing, everything just falling together. Now he's back in my life, I'm talking to him. He's a pretty cool guy. He's got things he needs to work on, and I do too, we all do. And we're in this life together just to help grow from each other and stuff, so I think that's really awesome. He's willing to learn and willing to do the work to figure it out, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna go the distance. Right now we're brand new, but one day I know he's gonna be able to pretty much just help me too, and I need help. Like, we're gonna have a solid friendship from what's going on right now with it. So I'm pretty happy for that, excited for that. On another note, my book that I was reading prior, The Truth About Men, I had finished it, and I am reading a new book, Loving Someone with Borderline Personality Disorder by Sherry Y. Manning. How to keep out of control emotions from destroying your relationship. Yeah, so this is a book I'm reading right now. It's really good for understanding a person with this personality disorder, but also with just handling others that have intense reactions to things, so that you can kind of like calm it down and all that. And it basically tells you why people with borderline personality disorder have the disorder, because of the way they grew up and things they had to deal with, and it just makes it understandable for us, and it gives me a lot of empathy for others, and basically how to conduct myself when dealing with a person who has intense emotions. So I know that's going to be good for me in my future as well. I think I've basically said enough, everything I needed to say. I am feeling pretty stressed right now about everything going on. Here at the stop I'm at right now, I've been waiting 4 hours for them to finish. They finally finished, and when I went inside to get my paperwork, they said that they messed up on one pallet in there. Now they have to do the entire trailer to fix that one pallet. So I'm waiting longer. Stressful, but this isn't something to have a reaction over. And it is what it is. I have to deal with it and make my YouTube video, I guess, and just continue trying to be better. So yeah, with that being said, life is hard. It's hard to work through ourselves and our emotions and figure shit out, but do it. It'll get done. You'll be better. You'll love it. It takes time. 1% a day. Keep growing, stay disciplined, and do what you gotta do. Peace.